Meghalaya TMC kawan rak Shafi ya ka Maikat. Anda ka TMC kan thau sarkar, ka Meghalaya TMC kan pinmi lailak teli ki kam hapo kini kisan sinem manuan, berkum juru ban ajing rap bisa ka belong si hajar dikasih benai, kata khat hajar dikasih sinem, ka barok ki samla ki bampat dan ya ka kam ka jam.
Hakane ka ap nyau terek urempang, John ya ka sharp jong pi haki artli ki sentil bat kersan ya ka Meghalaya TMC.
Voice of the People Party hadirin bakal apply pajba ia ka vision document hakani kata yo ka baladab menta ka sengipat ka arfo terek urempang arjar arpulai kala apply pajba saya ka election pledges dan ni kita kimat saskular yele election ia kini kimat saskular yele election la apply pajba dau ba adan ba sem bai presiden jaka seng rengkat ka jadan lang kiwe pat kinong elam juga seng katukan ni kimat kibaka BBP kala bu akan di ka election pledges jongka ki kentub ya kajing pentri kami ya ka inline permit kajing finding trial ni kajing klib yang man pentamai ya ka kom kam jong ka reservation policy nang ta kajing dawa man penbek yang sesi bat yo put usam bat kam tam e kajing review ni kata kajing finding trial ya ka MOU ka bala soy hapdeng ka jalam khleya bat ka Assam kiwe pat kimat ki kentub ya ka puli puthi ha ka ba ka seng kala bu bonteli kimat da kam ta kajing penbhapat ya ka puli puthi ha ka jalla da ka bape khamba sheki skol sarkar ba kamjuru ka jingerab nam ta ki nahikai bat kamjuru ki skol shimet ha ka be dei pan bat ki linti ka sengkin ki surok na ka liang jo ka seng kala pe ba bon ki jaka ki ba padi surok ki de ban yo ba kamjuru ka be ba ka ka khia na ka liang jo ka seng kala ong ba kan penbha pen scam na ni pen khlan ya ka jing trikam jong ki jaka sumar ki ba dei jong ka sarkar ba kamjuru kan pe na kamta ka jingtri kam ka bakham bha jungki asha hakini ki mat saskular election seng ka balabu adu siswa ka khandai teli kisla dan sibur ki pat kimat ya ka ba ka seng kan bu akhmat jung pai ba na kamta bagin perkhat pergi pusan ha ba ki jid ekonomi khmat sekani ki ndo bathau a jong ka jalla ka banlong ha ka arpunyo tarik urempang arjar arpulai
totally eki mat jingkula ke balik kong kamat jikular ke bagi la bo hagni ka manifesto bejungi ke dei haberi baka poli puthi ka baar ke dei ka health ka balai ke dei ka agriculture animal husbandry fisheries ka basau ke dei baka land ka kendo sha ka ba sun ke dei ka rural urban migration Kaba Rio, Kadika decongestion of Shillong and building of satellite towns. Kaba Hinyo, Kadika tourism. Kaba Prague, Kadika power. Kaba Kandai, Kadika transport and communication. Kaba Shipho, Kadika sport and youth affairs. Kaba Kadwe, Kadika employment. Kaba Khadar, Kadika reformation of Meghalaya Public Service Commission and other recruitment committees board. Kaba Khalai, Kadika reservation policy. Kaba katsau kadika differently abled persons, nanta kaba katsan kadika water conservation and rainwater harvesting and water supply, kaba country kadika environment, kaba kanyo kadika mining, kaba katpra waste management, kakandai kadika public transport, apo strengthening the public finance, afoi ka influx, kaba apuar ka article 371. Apply to HU, solve about the issue, solve law and order, repealing the Meghalaya Gaming Act 2022, strengthening of the Meghalaya Compulsory Registration of Marriage Act 2012, corporate social responsibility, the drugs. Like home, more interaction with the academicians and the public, like art, public way, building open space in urban areas and creation of separate directorate for parks and recreation, like investigation into alleged scams of the MBA government, like line the administration, lifestyle teachers and politics. Kini lifestyle ki mat kiba ikwa ban kentop hakane ka Hakini ki mat jikular ki jungi kom ka Voice of the People Party. Manifesto jungi kala kamlong detail let's say in I can copy shapi that I don't give up lava. Okay, chikli, nakini kimak kibangila.
We'll start first on the issue.
An issue of influx, the delay on the part of the government. It is very simple. You see, it is the lack of seriousness. And the government is not sincere at all when it comes to the implementation of inland permit in the state. So that is the only reason. In fact, the present government, the MDA government, has complicated the matter further. So, by passing a resolution to demand from the central government was only an attempt to pacify the agitated youths in the state. It was not a serious attempt to implement ILP in the state.
What do you have to say? We have seen in 2019, all the 16 legislators.
I think it is for the people to see about the sincerity and seriousness on the part of the present MDA government, all the partners in this MDA government, whether they are serious or not. And there are some constituents in this MDA government who are not even willing to include ILP in their manifesto. So that itself speaks volume of the fact that they are not serious and they are not willing at all to implement. They just want to pacify the agitated youths, as I said, by adopting that resolution. In fact, that resolution is not necessary if you really want to implement. They should have instead choose to fight against the central government to withdraw the presidential order notification whereby they remove the word Khasi Jatia from the preamble of the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation Act 1873.
How will you ensure the effective implementation of
issue of influx? We understand that there is no way for any government to have a one traffic way to solve this issue. We need to adopt a multi-pronged approach in order to solve this issue. So the attempt on the part of the government to bring this MRSSA is one of the factors to deal with this issue. But our main concern is that government should instead, in the first place, choose to push the central government, to remove that, to withdraw the presidential notification. And the state government on its own, according to the provision of the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873, can implement ILP in the state of Meghalaya. Being a try, Nikan Mao, ba Hakapor Bangara, Yaganika Mat Apor Assembly. Mdan Wiru over Persha. There was no one who opposed my resolution. Hagabiri Bagani. Tendre Baro Occupation Manta Haganika debate. Discussion Article 371. Keep in power, but they still need some more time to understand about the issue. So they feel that the deliberation on this issue needs to be continued. Tamukataka di keep in power. Te kumbab kalau menta ni punya kat pramunut kumbab yong. But ni menjadi berkerat baka parti bajak tang prangut hakani ka tem ka pementa. Kadon have a position kabakala upon influencing the government on any issue. They hopefully there is every likelihood VPP can yo ya kabenta kabakongsan hakadeka sansnet kabamenta. The limbagata humility but positive, optimistic, bangila ban pensutho. Yakini patkiwe ki the political party. But Sans Nemenshua, Playola, and Soto, Yagadeka, Chinton come to the article. The Mentaka Snem, Kadeka Snem, but in pass a resolution bagi pass the government of India. Nam tak extension juga article 370. Include come connect but first question come connect. Aka first question ke jingkli ke jupi kalau kumno bangin mereka begini ya ka article 370.
Bukan jingkli kalau namar bersngol ini ki nomit mat. Semut nada ke BBP ke rai bansong ke liang opposition. Mereka dia gamat ke kalau ke fibo ke kalau ke kam namar filasong ke popor ke dia pidana po kalian kursyai. Mereka minta ke jingkli kalau indo ka ken suatu ya gini pak.
For us, whether we are in the government or in the opposition, the issue remains the same. We will seriously pursue these issues. Kamangila, kolar sopai ba. Lakalong hayeng darbar kawan, jadi separ supaya hayeng darbar kawan. Take a question kabang indon ng opposition, indon ng ruling kanamarais. Lalang indon ang nuhunuro, it doesn't matter for us. Te Henry kay kabangi. We are very serious with these issues. It is not going to be empty promises to the people. Ndeki deki promise ki jingkular ki ba nilong serious ba ngin yakon tinge. But it is too early banginong kanang kloy than kapor banginong bangindon ka opposition lili ha ka ruling. Mentang ida pakre ya ka election but ngi kumba pisu thu. Naga sur kal air kababe anam dan menu kibanong baga PPP kandon sherut ani shapo. It is just a matter of time kad istang kapor ka atri di pai bagi isha kanu ka PPP kan job but hanu ka PPP kan don dalated election
To add to
those, excuse me, what an irony. What an irony for those who claim that 6 schedule is enough to protect us as an indigenous people, and at the same time who contest MLA election. If they feel that 6 schedule is enough, they should have forgot about the Legislative Assembly. They should confine in District Council only. I think it is not proper on the part of those who would like to lead the state, to mislead the people about the power of the District Council. 6th schedule, for those who are not aware, is a provision for the administration in the tribal areas. And the state government covers the entire state, not only the tribal areas. And there is a difference between the law passed by the District Council and the law passed by the state legislature. And we shouldn't forget that there is no provision in the 6th schedule as far as the protection of land is concerned. Had it not been that the Meghalaya Transfer of Land Regulation Act came into existence, all the land would have been slipped away to other non-indigenous people.
Coming to the border issues.
When we witness the protest which are coming not only from the urban area, but especially from those areas which have been affected by this MOU, we feel that we are duty bound as a new political party to review and take everybody on board and to involve those stakeholders which have been left out by the present regime.
But we have seen the political parties who are part of this.
BPP is coming up because people have lost faith completely on all these existing political parties. Understand, today the stand is that the government is doing fine as far as MOU is concerned, and tomorrow the government is not doing good. So people have seen, which is why we hope that the people of the state will give us a chance in order to rectify all these mistakes.
How will you strengthen this?
You see, we believe in what the old Chinese proverb says. If you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. And if you teach a man to fish, you feed him for an entire life. So we prefer to uplift the economic conditions of the people of the state. Once we uplift the economic condition of the people in the state, every household will be benefited, and the people the people need not to depend on these freebies offered by political parties. Pingat try kabedi drops. Kalau ka issue ka pangmet ini nama ba ni bigi kon samaji ki kilam ngop tang drops ba ka kiap drops. Then ring don hi ke strategy ki jungi ke ba inlet. Then ring ke ba ni kwa ban shu highlight kit ya le ma ke ba ni inlet. Kalau ha wedi bat ka ni ka party can classify. There will be a classification of habitable drops. Kindon kibangila abnong kita ki drop user, kindon kita ki drop supplier. So we will deal with these groups accordingly.
There is a radical point.
We claim to be a community where land belongs to the people, and that which is not true at all. So we want to go to the original concept of land holding of the Khasi people. You know, if we go according to the original concept of land holding of the Khasi people, you'll find that every person in the Khasi community owns land, even till his death. His dead body cannot be thrown away like that, which is why they used to bury, in the, what we call community burial ground. Okay, so, and the conversion of community land is, increasing day by day, especially in certain districts. So therefore we feel that we need to have a law in order to ensure that every household through this community land will be getting a land.
But cadastral survey in the past, there was an attempt, but they could not do it.
Yeah, which is why we have mentioned here conduct of cadastral survey of land.
And the third point about that is that there are a lot of agricultural land. They convert for the buildings, constructions.
Which is why I think the point number 3 in this D, we have mentioned here that frame a legislation for regulation of agricultural land from non-agricultural purposes. That means we have to designate, for example, we designate this portion of land as an agricultural land. It means an owner of the land cannot use this for other purpose. As of now, there is no such law or regulation. It depends on ki crime. Don ki crime ki bagi inspect ki agency ki bukumu ki don ki crime. Kan dia pair kawin na kawin crime ni ma abang ni ba ile with the state and the central agency. It depends on the nature of crimes.
We have seen the BJP, which is part and parcel.
Again, I think I don't want to say much on their issues or manifestos, because we are not concerned about their manifestos. We are only concerned about our own. However, it's for the people to believe in whether their inclusion of all these pledges in their manifesto is serious or is just to win an election. I think this is not new. When you look at the history of Meghalaya, you'll find that in the early stage of our statehood, most of the teachers were actively participated in politics, and which is why we find that the kind of standard in the debate decorum in the assembly is very high. So, whereas the present government is trying to snatch away that right from the teaching community, to prevent them from actively participate in politics. So, which is why we feel that this is not the right trend. Yeah, and if we go by the UGC norms also, there is a provision in the norms that teachers should actively participate in politics. If teachers are nation builders, how can we bring a law to stop them from participating in active politics? We feel it is against the spirit of democracy in our country.